Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speeder, and today we're going to be looking at Malr1ne's Sand King. This game was crazy. I just watched it full through, so I have everything on the top of my mind, and I want to teach you guys a lot about Sand King through the gameplay of Malr1ne. This match, he went 13-1 and 17. It's not even an easy Sand King game, right? You're against Oracle, which I actually think is a pretty hard matchup for Sand King because of the W. You're against Lesh mid, which in my eyes is a pretty winning matchup for Leshrac. I would say it's 60-40 Leshrac favored, maybe even better. But yeah, Malr1ne ends up solo killing him. I'm not kidding. He solo kills him. He's top net worth throughout like the entirety of the game as the mid. But yeah, I mean, look at these items too. Ags Daedalus. If you don't know what Ags Daedalus does on Sand King, I didn't either until recently watching it. But basically what it does is when you epicenter, so the Ags is no longer tied to your W. When you epicenter, 3 stinger attacks are created every 0.5 seconds at random locations. So it's kind of like the old stuns, but instead of a stun, it's your E. It's the damage ability. The damage ability is tied to your right click. So if you buy Daedalus, it amps your E, your stinger naturally, and it also amps the Ags stingers that just randomly spawn in your epicenter. And the reason why this is really OP is because it's tied to the level 20 epicenter talent and the level 25 epicenter pulses talent. Let's get into it. Let's talk about how you can become a better Sand King through the gameplay of Malr1ne. I always say Malr1ne. I don't know. I swear it's Malr1ne, but it's Malr1ne. Whatever. On top of that, go sign up to the Game Loop website, guys. I'm posting new content over there almost every day, and I'll see you there. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I thought the laning stage of level 1 Dust Devil W would be pretty terrible, but he makes it look pretty good. So basically, he takes the invisibility. It doesn't make you invis if you take Dust Devil. The Sandstorm moves with you if you take Dust Devil. So you're gonna see he's gonna click the W in a moment from now. He actually right clicks the creep for a couple of times, clicks W, and then hard pushes the wave. Does kind of threaten to deny, which the Lesh is naturally gonna secure with his E. And then yeah, just wins 3 of the CS, which is super solid. From there, he's gonna eat a tango and back off. And this is where the W on Sand King is pretty terrible. There's a 17-second window where you don't have it. And look at how much respect Malr1ne has to give to Laurel, completely backing off, just giving him the space, completely sacrificing. And I'm not gonna lie, I just wanna go back. Laurel starts autoing the wave. Maybe he just doesn't know the matchup. Maybe he doesn't understand how bad Sand King is for these 17 seconds. But Sand King is bad. 290 movement speed, a decent 5 armor, but like 290 movement speed with no ability is terrible. And Laurel kind of hard pushes the wave, which was terrible, frankly. I don't know. It was just weird to see. If you happen to be against this version of Sand King, when he doesn't have W for this long period of time, don't push the wave. Like, click the shit out of him. He can't do anything, and you should take advantage of it. But yeah, he uses this as W, pretty much off cooldown. Like, every time he has it, he's essentially going to pop it. What was really cool is after the second W, he goes and stacks the large camp. He sacrifices a melee creep. You will lose a melee creep for this, and the XP. I think he almost loses 2, but he prioritizes the stack. Once again, popping the W near off cooldown. This one was kind of weird because it only got him 1 melee creep initially, but then as time progresses, you're like, oh, okay, it actually lasts into the second wave in this instance. Kind of gets zoned off the water runes. As you can see, he's getting very, very low. This hero is not some exceptional laner against range heroes. It's actually quite bad. So the fact that he has 14 CS in minute 3, even with the Lash, and he's made a stack is really good. Once again, gonna push the wave, but he does pull aggro. He doesn't just click W and auto the wave. He clicks W, pulls the wave back so he can safely kill all the creeps, uses his stinger for the second and third melees, stuns for the range, which is pretty risky because you're very committed here, and actually has the bottle toggle, or whatever you want to call it, bottle in between autos to live. On top of that, he buys an extra set of tangos, buys Magic Wand, which is against Leshrac. In a lot of matchups, the wand is good, but in some games, you just want to pick up Boots win lanes as fast as humanly possible. Reason why? The Sandstorm moves at 70% of your movement speed. So basically, the name of the game is getting movement speed on this hero. Win lanes, phase boots. I mean, those are the 2 items, win lanes and phase boots. From there, I really like that he's going to go and pick up the bounty rune. He eats one of his branches to get the max value out of these tangos because you really just kind of lack regen. I think he considers walking top here. No, that's cap. He definitely did not. But he bottles up off the bounty rune and then solo kills the Lash. And this is why this, like, eating the extra set of tangos and picking up the bounty rune is really important. If he didn't buy a second set of tangos and didn't do this, he would be way too low to contest this rune and potentially would lose both of the water runes. But he kites out the Edict, which is super high skill, right? And this is Misanthropy Edict, so it doesn't last very long, right? The other Edict, I'm not sure if it was the other Edict he could actually commit here because it would have ended, but Malr1ne is so good that he knows it's gonna end. Yeah, it's just gonna end, and it does end here. So he's able to commit, and you might be like, oh, it's not a solo kill, the Naga's here, but no, the Naga did literally nothing. Like, literally did nothing. And that's just crazy. I mean, all the small stuff put together allows him to get a solo kill on a losing matchup, and it's like, oh boy, because he also has a stack on the large cam, which he now is going to take at the 4-minute mark. So even if you're not getting a kill, this is when you're going to take it. You're going to push out the lane. Basically, once you hit level 5, it becomes very efficient to take stacks. Please kite the stack out. Do not just auto the stack. Once you have 3 points in Sandstorm, what you want to do is start using the Sandstorm on the creep wave mid into a creep camp. And you should do this every single time. It's bugged here, so you can't see it. But he does have a Sandstorm going right now, so he's going to kill off the Mud Golems, and he's going to rinse repeat. Obviously, he's going to try to contest the Power Rune. This is like very standard mid gameplay, as he does not want to fight this Lash. This version of Lash is very scary. The 3 points Edict with the Facet, you cannot fight him melee range. You have to kite it, so he's not even going to try. Gets lucky on the rune, gets an Invis rune, which is trash. If you get a haste, you can go for a kill or something like that. And he does actually pick up a kill. I mean, this is just a nice movement from the side of Falcons, both subs coming mid. You're not going to be able to solo kill a lot of heroes. Sanking does not do enough damage to do that unless they're already low. Mainly because, like, in order to do it, you have to click ult, which frequently can be kited by a lot of the mid casts. So, like, yeah, he only can do this because of 2 subs being here. So nice move from Falcons, and he finds a kill. Another high efficiency play here is after he gets this kill, the best case scenario is you get to drag the wave. You don't want to actually kill the wave here, even though it's not terrible because the Sandstorm can be dragged. Best case scenario is you actually get to drag it around. And this is really, really good because now this wave is going to go under tower a little bit faster. And that causes the Lesh to lose a few more creeps in the tower to take a bit of damage. Just another small efficiency play for Malr1ne. He's always doing all of these little things, which is why he's, you know, winning these tournaments. And then from there, it's kind of a lot of farming, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Sanking is like almost the best farming mid in the game. He might be, outside of like some cheesy Alchemist or Nature's Prophet, you know what I mean? Even then, I'm not sure like some Nature's Prophet is gonna outfarm him, but even farms the enemy jungle here, which is pretty cool. I don't think he's super looking to fight. You actually get kind of reasonably kited on this hero, finds the enemy stack here, actually prioritizes the rune over it, but you know, returns back to the stack, cleans it up really fast. I mean, this hero farm stacks really, really fast. And now with Max Sandstorm, can take a triple Ancient stack, which is crazy. Stuns through, applies the Stinger, continues to kite it. You do have to kite it. He gets Seeds of Serenity. You desperately need a HP regen neutral item. It's tempting to take a mana one because this hero has heavy mana problems. You just have heavy sustain problems in general. As he stacks the large camp again into the creep wave, it's always worth to lose 1 creep for a stack on this hero. It is more efficient. So that's something you can keep in mind. Into the bounty rune, bottles up, and that's a 9-minute blink, which is just 9-minute blink with wand face windlace is like so gross. It's like so gross. I don't know. Oh god, it's actually nasty. And now he's going to use the blink to try to make a move top. In your pubs, if you have a 9-minute blink, I guarantee you'll always find a kill or a double kill. Unfortunately, Team Falcons is very, very good. I'm kind of surprised he's stunned through like this, but he seems to think that this is better most of the time, which is like stunning into the ult. Maybe it's because it sets up for the Hoodwink. I think that's probably his mentality, which is just stun first, let the Hoodwink follow up. But yeah, Team Spirit ends up making a huge rotation to kind of counter this. And I love how he doesn't double down commit. Something you should keep in mind that he definitely values is early game Sanking is not tanky. You are not tanky. You do a ton of damage, but you are not tanky at all. You have 1200 health. And so he really is looking for more so pickoffs rather than like team fights. And I think people get this backwards. They're like, oh, I'm gonna run into, there's 4 heroes stacked up, I'm gonna run in. But you will explode if they're grouped together. But the big thing here, and I really want to highlight this, is this movement, the main impact it has is for a Mars game, right? Which is why Malr1ne's having high impact here, even though they end up just feeding a kill. The main impact is the bottom tower falls, and even if you don't have a Brood in your pubs, your offlaner's free farming. Your carry is probably going to free farm because of these types of moves. The space you're creating, even if it doesn't result in a kill or you even lose a support, is going to be net positive most of the time because the enemy is committing TPs, which is gold. It's map pressure. It's just super high impact to make these moves with this early blink. But with this blink dagger, Sand King is one of the most explosive heroes in the game. He clears a mid wave and he's immediately back to the top wave. Gonna hunt down the centaur here. They go really deep for this kill, but they will find it. And it's nice because there's no response to that type of play. It's so far away from the tier 1 at that point where it's just not going to get countered. He immediately sees that Miposhka is trying to deward the hill. And this is a very hard kill, but look at this body blocks. Dude, this guy is just so nasty. Absolutely nasty. Beautiful execution. He does everything right. Like, you can see why this guy's winning tournaments, you know? Why this team is so explosive. It just plays like this. Every little thing is good. The decision is good and the execution is good. And on top of that, it's not like he's some psychopath who just goes for kills off cooldown. He returns back to farming here, and he kind of lets the map develop, which I think is something that most people have no concept of. They just go for kill to kill to kill to kill. They just think, oh, I'm winning the game. Let's just try to kill them off cooldown. It's so low skill on farming heroes, right? Because on Sand King, you slow down the pace a little bit, you wipe through the jungle, the enemy will start to feel comfortable. And this is a big thing. They will feel comfortable and they will start to split up. If you keep trying to kill them, they will group up and it will feel good that they're grouping up because they're getting kills. They're responding to the pressure. But against bad players, you kill them once, they're going to group up because they're panicking, and then you just go ignore it and you go farm. And now they're grouped up not farming and you are farming. You see how that plays out? And then they're going to feel bad that you're farming. They're going to split up and you kill them again. And you can see how that goes. This happens all the time with these good players. They know this balance, this kind of ebb and flow that happens with pressure and farming. And you can stay one step ahead by kind of realizing this, as he actually even TPs the farm ancients. They're still looking to make a play. He's going to clear the mid wave quick here. And they're thinking about making a smoke. Unfortunately, the Naga ends up going down here. So not forcing anything. Going to look to contest the 14 rune. This stun is so good because he knows, once again, he is still not that tanky. He's buying Eternal Shroud, bought 2 HP items, but still can die really fast. So look at this stun. It's a backward stun to poke the Lesh. He knows that he cannot commit on this Lesh because the guy has way too much backup with the Oracle behind him in the ulti, right? No point in committing on Lesh. You will feed. But he kites. The Brood is here, continues to kite. Oracle gets zoned out by spells, so they break the formation, split them up, and this isolates the Lesh. I mean, just so good. Like, this gameplay is genuinely, it's inspirational of how clean it is. The awareness to stun backwards due to the Oracle. To be fair, even if there is no Oracle and you're just stunning Lesh is not a hero you want to stun into. So I would say even if there is no Oracle, he's probably doing the same thing. It's just heroes like that you man up poorly to, you don't want to stun into. In general, like, you don't want to commit. And they're going to immediately make a smoke play off of this, so they find the sniper. Pretty easy kill. I love how they don't overcomplicate it either. Like, Team Falcons, something I noticed from them, they have a very clear mentality that, like, just kill the easy kill. They'll do this all the time. They'll just take the easy kill. And I think the reason why they think this way is it keeps you in position, so you don't have to overcommit for these easy kills. They're fast, so you don't have to overcommit. And it's the map pressure. After you get these support kills, the easy kills, the enemy doesn't feel comfortable fighting because they're down a man, right? But now they can chase on, right? They kind of slowly dismantle you. As they find the sniper kill, eventually the blink dagger will come back up. Oh, he didn't even blink on the sniper, so it's immediately back up. And they know that now there's no sniper, there's no Oracle. It's a chase. Not an easy chase, honestly. He almost dies because he doesn't have physical resistance. So this tier 2 and the DK actually are pretty threatening to him. But the Eternal Shroud, 0 damage from the Centaur W. That W did nothing. Is that level 1 W? I was going to say, that did literally nothing. But yeah, after the fight ends, he's immediately back to Ancients. Like, once again, the ebb and the flow of Malr1ne's is why he's good. So many mid players on these farming mid heroes, all they do is fight. Right? All they do is fight. But instead, he knows that crit is going to stack the Ancients. They reset, double stack Ancients on crit. He sees that crit's going to do that, so he moves to the right Ancients, stacks those Ancients, clears out the other Ancients, and then we'll go back to base. So good. And that's why he's top net. Also, a couple of things, only because I didn't cover it earlier. In terms of skill build, you're going to max your stun after the W. Then he actually skips the 10 talent. He's going to max the E and take the ulti at 12. Some people skip ulti at 12. I think it's bad because skilling the ulti amps your innate, the caustic finale, and makes it better. Plus, the ulti scales like okay. It increases the pulses, which is not bad when you're getting it really early on into the game. In terms of talents, just to skip ahead here, at 15, he takes Sandstorm damage. He skips the 10 talent all the way to 16, and then will eventually take Burrow Strike stun. At level 20, he's taking the Epicenter radius increment. So basically, it makes it where your ulti is much bigger and gets bigger over time, because that's how Sand King ulti works. The more it pulses, the bigger it gets. This makes it even better. And then at 25, he takes Epicenter pulses. And the reason why this has so much synergy is the more pulses, the bigger it gets, right? Because it's incremental. How bigger it gets. Increment radius increase is 13, and with the talent, it goes all the way up to 25. So the radius gets way bigger, right? It's eventually 25 times, 30 pulses with the 25 talent? So that's what, 750 extra radius? I mean, that's absurd, right? This thing literally covers the entire screen at some point. If you think I'm kidding, I'll show it to you in the late game. This game does go later, and I want to skip towards that now. So let's kind of move into the late game, guys. Skip past the mid game. In terms of items, he goes Eternal Shroud. That's because they have a lot of magic damage. If they have mixed damage, you can go Blink directly into Bloodstone. It's kind of like the best way to be tanky against a variety of damage. This game, it's just like, yeah, the DK is a bit threatening, but honestly, it's not until later on. The magic damage is going to be the problem early. Then from there, he's going to pick up Ashivas, which is so good against the healing of the DK, the healing of the Oracle, the healing of the Lesh, and of course it gives him that armor that he will need eventually against the Dragonite as the game progresses. From there, he's going to pick up an Axe. It's what I talked about earlier, which is it gives you like the stinger attacks on your ulti, and then after the Axe, it's going to be Daedalus because it works with the Axe, like these things combine together. Okay, before we get into the Axe team fight, we're going to look at 2 more team fights to end the video. This team fight was just kind of really good execution, and I want to help you guys get better at team fighting by looking at this one. So fight breaks out, channels his ulti, finds the Oracle, which is a nice jump. The Oracle unfortunately gets his ulti off at 1 HP, which sucks because this fight probably would have instantly ended otherwise. But he's going to run in, pops this Bloodstone. He's stupid tanky now. He's getting Solar Crested, Piped. He has literally everything. I like his targeting here. He knows that killing Lesh with an Oracle behind him is not practical, so instead he immediately switches targets to the Sniper. As he gets gone on, he realizes that, okay, I'm a little bit deep. His team is here. Stunning forward is suicide. A lot of players would stun Sniper here. This is potentially an opening for him to die because his team actually is stuck on the hill. So it's just incredible situational awareness. This is just something you develop, frankly, over a long period of time, but it's good to have the idea in the back of your mind that if your team is kind of getting pushed away by some sort of carry, maybe there's a DK on your back line, a PA, whatever it is, you should try to kite backwards and stay towards your team. You want to stay as a ball in Dota. You don't want to be on top of each other, but you want to be as a ball. And so the fight continues on. I love how he kites out here. They know the Oracle has no ulti now, but unfortunately the Lesh is a bit of a hard target until the Oracle W is on cooldown. But the Oracle commits the W, and now the DK is in big trouble. He does get stunned, but this stun from the Sand King is away from the main threat, which is absolutely the Dragonite at this point of the game. And the kiting continues on. 6 shackle from Skeeter onto 2, and they get poked out. The Oracle's doing what he can, but it is absolutely not enough. And slowly but surely, they just work them out. And, I mean, that's just insanely good team fighting. You can see, not overcommitting. Most people overcommit like crazy in Dota. All right, the 6th team fight happens right here. Malr1ne was diving the base. He gets gone on. Things are looking a little bit bad, but he has a lot of backup. The Naga eventually songs to try to get him out. It's actually close. He almost died. But the Naga song actually heals you now. It's kind of why some people are picking Naga support. Like, look at this healing. What in the world? It's just like full HP. Kites out, ulti up in 4. Really good awareness to see that. And then pops the ulti, sees this backline go. 2-man stun onto the DK and the Sniper. And now look at the radius of the Epicenter as it starts to grow. It's like these pulses. Look how big it gets. It's just hitting the Oracle here. Oracle just dies to this shit. It just blows up the Sniper. It's kind of hard to see the stingers, honestly. It's like visually very weird. You can kind of see them going off. I'm struggling to see how good it is, to be honest, like this Aghanim's Daedalus. It's a little unclear. I'm sure if the spikes do manage to hit, it probably blows people up. I mean, let's see if maybe any of them hit the Sniper, because they probably do. Goes in. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I can't tell if it's good or not. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is the only thing I'm skeptical of, because I'm pretty sure the Epicenter might have killed them anyway. without it, and then like you're maybe better off just having like Octarine Refresher or Wind Waker, you know what I mean, that type of angle. So that's the only thing I'm slightly doubting with this build. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hit 'em up. Oh, and last thing I forgot to mention, guys, I'm currently doing a 10% off sale on my coaching. So if you're interested in getting one-on-one coaching with me where we look at your replays, if you sit in a call for an hour, we do it over the course of a month. It's like very in-depth. Many of my students that I do it with end up returning because I put a lot of effort into it. We really kind of develop a relationship and have a good time. So if you're interested in that, my Discord is speed with 3 E's, 3853. You can add me there. I'm clearing my friends list. It was full just from adding a lot of you guys over time, which was pretty funny. It was actually very sweet. And so yeah, I'm doing a sale right now. So hit me up on Discord if you're interested, and I'll see you there.